So, good morning, everyone. This is a recorded online class. So, due to the time constraints that we are experiencing in our class, I opted now to have a class recording so that we will ensure that all topics are covered and you can browse, you can open this topic and listen while learning. Okay, so I will share a PDF under emotions and mental health. The topic for today would be adjustment and frustration. For the introduction, adjustment and frustration are an integral aspect of mental health, influencing an individual's well-being, emotional state, and overall psychological resilience. This discussion explores the concept of adjustment and frustration in the context of mental health, examining their impact, contribution factors, and strategies for coping and fostering mental health well-being. As you can now see, many of you are experiencing mental health and heightened emotions because you are a graduating class. So some of you might experience problems with money, finances, that you are not able to secure a payment or fee for your graduation purposes. All other activities involving prior to your graduation will affect and somehow deter the progress and being fruitful in your endeavor every day. So that's why we are having this topic prior to your graduation. So we have three topics, no? Adjustment in mental health, frustration in mental health, and coping strategies in mental health promotion. So let's start in adjustment in mental health. Adjustment in mental health refers to the psychological process through which the individuals adapt to new situations, life changes, and stressors. It involves coping with the challenges, developing new strategies, also in and achieving a sense of balance and stability. That's why when you have problems, do not focus just on the problems. Focus on other things. It may be that you will seek an advice or someone to talk to about your situation. So if you cannot express it, find and seek help for the school. No? Our guidance counselor, student affairs would listen, and your chairmans of the respective programs will be available for your consultation. No? And in mental health, successful adjustment to contributions contributes to overall well-being, while poor adjustment can lead to emotional distress and mental health. Adjustment contributes to the overall well-being because if you are not able to adjust, di ba, to your overall well-being, then you are most likely to be depressed or you will lose your sense of focus. Dili na ta maka-focus sa atong thesis. Dili na ta maka-focus sa saan nato pagbalance sa ato ang eskwela. Poor adjustment can lead to emotional distress. If you are stressed, depressed, you are unable to adjust to the happenings of your sa inyong pagka fourth year, no? Then you would most likely to unable to graduate because you are not able to give focus to whatever is important, no? Give priorities to your studies. Number one, life transition and adjustment, no? Life transition such as moving, starting a new job, or a major life event that can corrupt one's equilibrium, necessitating the psychological adjustment. For example, you are now ladderizing into the environment of professionals. Once you graduate, you are now to find work. What if you have the difficulty to face the human resource personnel, no? To face other companies, to mingle with them, no? So it's important to somehow balance. You suit your way going through the professional track. no? So being a student is now over. Being able to apply what you have learned to the classes that you've been through, to your OGT, to in the industrial experience, 'di ba? Next would be the positive adjustments involved, to the development of coping mechanism, resilience, and the ability to find meaning in new circumstances. For example, if you are not able to secure immediately a job, then you most likely you would want to be participating for job fairs, seminar and trainings that will contribute to your worth. For example, uh, based on the last graduate, no, alumni, they have opted to, while waiting for a call from the companies being applied, they are enrolling themselves to TESDA, ba? In line with your profession. Sometimes gali dili pa in line, just to have additional inputs on your professional growth, 'di ba? Okay, not all companies are okay with just a mere diploma and a plain graduate of a bachelor's degree. They have to see another training, no, 'di ba? We have safety officer, no? Sa OSH Region 10, we have free webinars for you to be a safety officer. So avail that one, safety officer 1, safety officer 2, avail that one, even me, 'di ba? Next would be the cultural and societal influence. Your culture, norms, and societal expectation can shape an individual's perception of what is considered a successful or challenging adjustment. Nga man, maybe because in your area, in your culture, you have high standards, no? They are expecting you to have a highfalutin nga mga jobs, di ba? If your parents, your relatives expecting a lot from you, then you would most likely to apply to companies that you are unsa man, that you are being kanang influence, di ba? Mga apply ta dagto. Kani nga kumpanya kay dagko, dagko daw og compensation, dagkog sweldo, di ba? That is to cultural norms. Next would be the cultural differences may influence coping strategies and extent to which individuals seek social support. For example, if you are being hired to a company that is employing uh, different people coming from different walks of life, di ba? And you are able to mingle with them. You adjust your attitude, no, your character to cope with the other cultural nga nag-exist nga mga professionals, di ba? Number 3, stress and coping. Under stress and coping, stress is a common trigger for the need for adjustment. If you are stressed, then you adjust. It's not good to feel stress when you're at work because it will deter your perseverance, your eagerness to learn to the new environment, no? And effective coping strategies such as problem solving, seeking support, and engaging in stress reducing activities contribute to positive adjustments. So, unsa man eh? So, you come at work on time, you leave at work on time so that the work balance would be in equilibrium. Diba? Dili ra masubraan sa trabaho. Labi nag-stressful ang atong work. Fourth one is psychological flexibility. Psychological flexibility is the ability to adapt and balance coping needs and goals. It's crucial also for mental health adjustment because if you are psychologically threatened, you are psychologically stressed, then you are less likely to have your thinking, your difficulty to adapt to the changing environment. No, always maganda ang change sa work. It may be that your boss today would not be your boss for tomorrow. It may be that your boss is less likely to be approachable. And you are, sa naman, mas stress sa rin ta kung dili kuan ang atong boss, dili friendly or dili approachable, di ba? So this difficulty in adapting to change may contribute and maladjusted to mental health challenges. That's why we always want people to be adaptive and resilient. Anong adaptive man? So that you will be able to mingle. To be, you have to include yourselves to the group. Diba? We refrain ourselves from being aloof. Yes. And then, much for that for adjustment for mental health. Next topic would be frustration in mental health. Frustration arises when individuals encounter obstacles and challenges that hinder the attainment of their goals and desires. In mental health, persistent frustration can lead to negative emotional states and can contribute to mental health disorders. Number one, sources of frustration. You are unable to unrealized goals, unmet expectation, and repeated setbacks can lead to frustration, di ba? Always na lang ka ma-stress, ma-frustrate ka. For example, you are learning a new task, a new responsibility, but you are not able to give your best. And then here comes a time that in the fifth attempt, you got frustrated. So there are tasks, new responsibilities that are unsa man, that will be learned through a longer time. So we just have to be careful. We just have to be someone eager to learn. Accept the faults. Next would be chronic stressors such as financial difficulties and interpersonal conflicts can contribute to ongoing feelings of frustration, di ba? If you are able to learn the new job, learn the new task, then less likely dunganan pa gyud tani siya kay bag-o pa man mga empleyado, wala tay pliti, gamay ra atong balon, di ba? Maka-stress ka, learn ka og something new, then wala din kay balon kaayo, gigutom ka, di kay ka maka-snack. So dili ra man siya madugay, di ba? Moabot man gid ang time nga masuldoan na ta. So you are able to somehow feed your desires, di ba? So through that, okay na dayon, or ba sa inyong bag-o nga work, sa inyong bag-o nga trabaho, sa inyong nasudlan nga kumpanya, dili ganahan sa imong supervisor, di ba? It will add up to your frustration. Dili pa kay kakabalo sa bag-o nga gi-assign sa imong task. Then napag gyud ning supervisor nga magsigig bantay sa imo. So you just let that supervisor critique to you, di ba? Ana gyud siya. So number two, we have the impact on mental health. Prolonged frustration can lead to increased stress levels, anxiety, and feeling of helplessness. For example, you are able to be trained to a certain task. You are not able to give your best, but you are continuing to learn every day. Pasagdan talang na until ma-learn na to ang new task. Ba dili ma-frustrate. You always seek advice, di ba? If you have received your training and you are continually not doing good, then you ask the other employee. So what strategies that they can share to you nga magamit nimo, di ba? Chronic frustration may contribute to development of exacerbation of mental health disorders such as depression or generalized anxiety disorder. For example, if you're going to work and you now starting to feel frustrated, di kay kaganahan, no? The sense of being excitement the sense of being excited to your new company dili na excitement, mapulihan na sa stress, di na kaganahan og sulod. So much more like that na na. So we consult our unsa man HR, di ba? If pwede ba nga unsa man makabalhin ka sa lain nga section, di ba? If lang, if and when. But if not, then you have to also unsa man adapt, continue to adapt, di ba? To the ever-changing environment, no? From being a student to a worker, employee in your industry. The third one would be coping with frustration. Effective coping strategies include problem solving, seeking social support, and developing resilience to outbounds back the setbacks, no? If you're continuing to have a problem about your work and new task, no, then you are saman. You have to make yourself open so that those frustration would not eat you back, di ba? Maladaptive coping mechanisms such as substance abuse or avoidance can exacerbate mental health challenges. So, if you are frustrated with your work, if you are frustrated, depressed in your work, substance abuse is not the answer, no? If you find your job, your task, your your environment stress and you indulge yourself with substance abuse, that is not the right thing to do, ba? Or you are avoiding such job or task, di ba? Then, red flag na din ta kang HR kay ngano man dili man nato ma-perform ang gihatag sa ato nga job, di ba? Dili nimo mahuman. Pwede sugdan pero dili ka humanon. Now, what will it bring you? Di ba? Ma-red flag ta sa supervisor. Magtagging na rin sila nga dili ka maayo. Imbes bago pa kang sulod sa kumpanya na dili na ka subject for regular, ba? Na siya. So, move forward. Cognitive appraisal, no? How individuals perceive and appraise frustrating situation influence their emotional and mental well-being. So, unsa man ni siya? In appraising your frustrating situation, di ba? You assess yourselves if those uh, s- uh, those situations that you are less likely to be frustrated, diba? If your patience is too short for that certain situation, so what will you do? To continue to adapt. Always put yourselves below others, diba? And above your job responsibilities. Next would be cognitive behavioral intervention can help individuals reframe negative thoughts, pattern, and associated with frustration. So if you are employed to big companies, they have HR that is unsa man, they have HR that can handle your problem. Di ba? Problems with small companies, they have less likely to employ a specialist in the HR, ba? So less likely also. So multifaceted man ang atong mga supervisor. You consult your supervisors about your problem, your concern, so that the frustration you are feeling would not make you someone back out. Ba? So the final topic would be coping strategies and mental health promotion. Number one, mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Mindfulness practices and relaxation techniques can enhance regulation and reduce stress, fostering a better adjustment. So, mindfulness. If you are unable to mindfully ah, do your job, ba? Kabalo na ka nga nag-change na ang iyong shifting. From 8 AM dito na ka sa second shift, dito na ka sa 2 PM, and you are not able to be there on time. Ano man kay nalimot man ta. So that's why the mindfulness and relaxation techniques are being one of the priorities nimo kay bago ka magpa, 'di ba? So mindfulness, if you are not mindful, then magpa-alarm sa cellphone nga nag-change na yung shift. Not dili na magpa-alarm ka nga 1 hour before the time in, di ba? So naa kay mga reminders or naa sa imong kwarto na kay bulletin didto, di ba? Butang nimo imong schedule, inyohang schedule na sa work that from 8 AM didto na kamo sulod sa 2 or 3 PM, the second shift of your industry, di ba? So number two is social support, no? Strong social connection provide a buffer against negative effects of frustration, sharing experiences, and seeking support from friends, family, and mental health professionals is crucial, especially naata sa atuang companies, atong industry. In social support, I don't know lang if all companies are adapting to this, but we have this what we call pep talk sa mga business entities. They have their pep talk sa kaning mga technical engineering industry. They have this what we call the toolbox, di ba? So you discuss the learning from yesterday, the problem from yesterday, and you share your techniques atong what you have learned so that the other personnel would less likely to learn from your saman problem solving skills, adaptability strategies, ba? The third one is problem solving skills, no? Sa atong i-connect sa social support nato. The problem solving skills that you have learned through saman toolbox or pep talk, ba? The fourth one would be the therapeutic interventions, no? We have the cognitive behavioral therapy, the CBT, from HR and courtesy to the HR and other therapeutic approaches that can help individuals, you as an employee, to explore and modify the maladaptive thoughts and patterns associated with frustration. Pa? Ano na siya. And number 5, self-reflection and goal setting. Encouraging self-reflection and goal setting promotes a sense of purpose and direction, facilitating positive adjustment and reducing frustration. So, nakabutang self-reflection. If you are unable to do the job properly today, so mag-self-reflection ta. Unsa kay akong sayo? What are the adjustments I have to do to finish the task, ba? With flying colors. Goal setting, di ba? If you have learned that you have shortcomings from yesterday. So your goal setting for today, for the coming days, would be the learning from the past. No? So in conclusion, adjustment and frustration are inherent aspects of human experience as an employee, profoundly influencing mental health. Understanding the factors contributing to the successful adjustment and the management of frustration is essential for promoting mental health well-being and the resilience. What's meaning resilience? Huh? The way we do to overcome something in face of life's challenges. Diba? Mental health professionals play a critical role in supporting individuals through these processes, offering guidance, coping strategies, and therapeutic interventions to foster positive adjustments and alleviate frustrations. Diba? So that would be all for our emotions and mental health on the topic adjustment and frustration. Okay.